I'm going to be showing you how to convert old school, slimy, deceptive, ugly, icky, salesy, old school tactics into authentic, profit producing, and activities that you'll actually enjoy doing. So it's going to be fun. Because here's, the bottom line is there's a core evil at the bottom of every single deceptive, inauthentic tactic that's done in network marketing. Network marketing has earned its reputation as, one of those pyramid things that no one wants to be a part of. And it's a lot to do with what I want to talk about. But I'm also here to talk about what it is we can do one by one, person by person to fix it. And so I'm actually going to attempt to fix what people might think is unfixable, which is making old school tactics fun and interesting, exciting, and something you'd actually want to do. So, my name is Ferny Ceballos. I'm Chief Mentoring Officer here at attractionmarketing.com. And I've been doing this for a while. I found attraction marketing back in 2006, actually, in this community. I'm a product of this community when it was known as a company called Magnetic Sponsoring. And I was doing all the salesy, old school, icky, deceptive, tricking people into meetings type of tactics. And I hated it, but I did it anyway. Some of it worked. A lot of it worked not because of the tactic, because of the relationship I had with the people that would end up forgiving me for using such tactics to get into meetings. But I also was unconsciously doing something in how I was approaching people that I didn't realize I was doing till later, that actually caused me to realize the reason it worked, the reason I was more successful than most people in the organization that I was in that company. I was successful doing old school tactics, but I hated it. I was getting results, but I hated it. And the hate of it, the ickiness, the inauthentic nature of it, is what caused me to actually slow down. And my team never wanted to do those tactics to begin with, and so they stopped. And I was the last man standing. Really, I was like, man, this sucks. I did all these things that where I compromised my integrity, my values, or just who I am, and I'm left basically with nothing because everybody else wasn't willing to do what I was willing to do, and what I was willing to do was stuff that gives network marketing its name. And I don't mean its name as in network marketing. I mean scam, because when we're using these inauthentic strategies to try to trick people to meetings, hide what we're doing, deny that we're even doing network marketing to begin with, um, that's deception at its core. And you're essentially trying to scam people into taking that next step. So that's where network marketing gets that name. Is this one of those scams? Is because of how network marketing has been conducted for so many years. So, but the interesting thing is that once I learned attraction marketing, I actually got really good at outreach. I got really good at doing the things that you proactively want to do in order to build a network marketing business, which is reach out to people. And again, I wasn't aware that the shift happened. I wasn't aware what I even was doing differently, because an outreach to your upline is an outreach. It's like if you reach out to somebody, they respond, and next thing you know, they're a customer or a business builder. Your upline is going to be happy no matter how you did it. And so your upline is going to ask you, well, what did you do? I did outreach, and then I converted the person. You see, this works. And your upline, if you're following our strategies, would be none the wiser. And so let me get into the training. And I'm going to get into the training by giving you an example of how to turn old school tactics, an old school tactic. And it's probably one of the most famous ones. And guys, drop me a number one if you guys can hear me and see me. I just didn't get the one confirmation. I assume you guys are able to hear me and see me. There we go. Well, I can hear myself. All right, cool. All right. All right. So, what are the most famous old school tactics? Make a list of 100 friends and family. And I'm gonna give you the example as to how you would turn this thing none of us want to do into an authentic strategy. In fact, it is actually taught not only by me, but by some of our most successful students as part of how to do outreach to your warm market in an authentic, fun, and also caring way. And so I want to first do how your upline teaches you the traditional way. So when I was first taught make a list of 100 friends and family, I wasn't taught, I was just told to do it. And it's like, all right, the first thing we're going to do to build your business is we're going to write down a list of everybody you know. And you and I together are going to contact and reach out to every single person. In fact, I'll reach out to them myself. You take this part of the list, I'll take this part of the list, and I will reach out to your friends, family personally on your behalf to help you out. So that was the introduction, and I was like, whoa, 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 and I found I was just, I'm always been kind of a people pleaser. I always don't want to upset people, very diplomatic. And so even though I was like, whoa, whoa, this is like not okay with me. You're just saying you're going to take my list of people and you're going to reach out to them without me. And so you can kind of almost like see the saliva falling, dripping from his face, in terms of his, anxiousness to get at my list. And I was like, whoa, whoa. He said all that, and in a very diplomatic way, I said, let me reach out to them. And if I need your help, then I'll do it. Let me handle the list. That's how I kind of diffused that. And so that was my introduction to how to start building my business. And so, but notice the big, what's the problem with that? You guys tell me in the chat. What do you guys think? Like literally make a list of 100 friends. Here's how we're going to build your business. Make a list of everyone you know, and we're going to split up the list. You contact this half, I'll contact the other half, and we'll just divide and conquer. And and when we get rich together, like what's wrong with that? Like what's missing in that? Like I don't know of another business, another industry that operates that way that you would want to be a part of. And so it's saying it ruins relationships, creates mistrust. But how come? Because I'm going to show you right now how to turn this exact strategy into something that you'd actually consider doing, if not want to do, and actually it would be kind of fun. It's weird. What makes it weird? It's disingenuous. It's all about what they can do for you. I mean, Stephen, you basically nailed it. I want to use different language, basically say the same thing you did. At the heart of it is the entire purpose, the entire mission has to do with building your business. And notice there was no mention or talk about the people you're reaching out to and how you're going to help them. There was like zero talk about my friends and family and who they were as people, who what their needs were, etc. And people often skeptically, when we say we can teach people how to recruit without prospecting, they're like, that you're lying. How is that even possible? You're lying. I did a live about a big a friend who's a big player in the network marketing space who reached out and basically told me I was lying, saying that you can't do what you do without prospecting. You can't do this without prospecting. And so I was like, well, let me show you. Let me prove it to you. Because ultimately, prospecting is a sales activity. When any industry where you have to prospect, in real estate, insurance, any door-to-door sales, you know, you're prospecting to get leads, meaning you are actually trying to network with other people with the intention of getting leads for your business. So that's prospecting, right? And so it's a sales activity. So the problem in network marketing is they're trying to teach you how to do sales without calling it sales. They keep denying it's selling. They call it it's sharing. And so they teach you these things very poorly, by my ad. They teach you sales in a very poor manner because if they actually taught you sales properly, it would be pretty obvious it was sales. And so that's the first problem is prospecting. One is a sales activity. And two, in sales, you have the luxury of being able to adapt to the needs of the people you're talking to. But even in sales, even when sales been done properly, the needs of your prospects has to come first. The best people who know how to prospect, the best people who know how to do this sales activity, you'll notice ask a lot of questions. They ask a lot of questions because they want to get to know the person, because they want to know what might drive this person to need, want, or want to get what they offer. And so that was completely missing from this, building a list of 100. So I'm now going to teach you how our students teach this to their teams, to the tune of hundreds of thousands of people on their team. And so if I was sitting down with somebody, in addition to teaching them social media strategies that would attract people from social media, so meaning there's two strategies that when you get someone started that we would teach somebody. First is a social media launch strategy. It's a posting strategy where you're essentially doing a series of social media posts that would create curiosity and interest from people in your target market that have the problems and the need to want to buy what you have. And so you do this launch strategy to kick off your business on social media, and you get a bunch of people raising their hands saying, "Hey, I want to learn more about what that is." And usually with people who are inexperienced, who don't have business experience, we would start them off with generating customers, because that's the lowest hanging fruit, it's the most duplicatable thing. And it's also, and as you'll see, it's one of the most authentic ways for people to get started. Because when you're trying to get customers, well, one of the most powerful things you can do to launch on social media is share your story. So that's what I talked about last week. Last week I did a whole training on how to share your story through social media in such a way that people would be drawn and be interested in buying what you have. So that's the social launch strategy. But you want to couple this with something that's more proactive. You don't want just somebody to do some post and then go about their day and do nothing to move their business forward. So you do actually want to teach them how to do outreach. And but it's not make a list of 100. At least not on its own. The way I would do this differently is, all right, new distributor, let's say Stacy. Stacy, I'm working with you. And so I'm getting you started in your business. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, Stacy, is, so we have so and so product. This product helps people who struggle with this and this. So let's make a list of the people in your friends and family whom you know, whom you've had the conversation and with whom you have the most trust, where they have these struggles, these problems. Let's make a list of those people. Let's make of the people that are really challenged by these struggles, because I think our products can help them. So let's just, and I'll coach them through the process of making a list of the people whom can generally benefit from the product that we offer. So I'm going to start them off by getting product customers. It doesn't make sense to start them off if they have no business experience to be, prospecting for people to join the business, because they have zero credibility, and that's where it gets weird. That's where the inauthenticity comes in, and I'm going to explain the reason this works better and the reason your strategies for recruiting people into your business eventually flame out, especially if you have no background in business or no success in network marketing. So, but you as a product user, if you love, you should be in a company where your product, at least you have one product that's like freaking awesome and you love, you take it, you use it every day, etc. It doesn't make sense to me that anyone would be in a company where they don't care about the product to begin with. Like, oh, the business model is amazing. I don't care about the products, but the comp plan is amazing. I was like, are you insane? Like, what business owner would be like, oh yeah, I don't care about my products, but I'm just going to make money from them? Like, you want to be a part of a company first and foremost that has great products, that at least has some products where you use those products every day, and those products should solve a very particular problem. That's where this strategy works. So now you have a product, and so your upline is coaching you and going, okay, let's make a list of those people and let's reach out to them. And here's how you're going to reach out to them. So let's say your friend is named John. So John, you're gonna reach out to them. Let's say you call them. Who calls anyone anymore? Or you can do this through text. It could be, hey John, hey, the reason I'm calling is because I remembered a few weeks ago or a few months ago or last year, whenever you and I talked, and you said you were struggling with X, Y, and Z. You were struggling to lose weight, or you're struggling with like knee pain. And I just want to know, did you find anything that helped you, with this problem? And they'll say yes or no, and very likely they'll say no. And they're like, okay, got it. Well, I think I found something that can really help you. I've been taking this for the past so and so amount of time, and it's really done wonders for me in this way. So you share a little bit of your story, and is that something you'd be interested in learning more about? It's like, yeah, okay, great. Well, let's here. Let me take the next step. So whatever you got to do, whether share a video, add them to an ATM group, or literally, if they're if they're ready to go, you can send them a link to go buy. And and so that's how you do outreach. It's really that simple. You're doing outreach in a very targeted way. You're doing outreach as if you're doing marketing, essentially. And that's the difference between sales and marketing. I was talking about network marketers teaching people sales, but being really crappy at it. Well, when you do marketing, you're thinking about who this is for, who my content is for, who my ad is for. Notice I don't do here generic business marketing training. I'm not teaching people here the principles of entrepreneurship in general. I'm teaching network marketers, and specifically network marketers who have the goal or of building a six-figure business, who have big goals. That's our target market. We want people. We teach high level strategies because we want to attract people who are going to be motivated to want to implement those higher level strategies. Drop me a number 10 if this is making sense. So what I did with the outreach is I basically took a marketing mindset of thinking about who I'm reaching out to, and thinking about what would cause them to want to, desire what I have. What would, like, what's going on in their world where the it would be obvious for them to go, yeah, I want to take a look at that. Where there has to be, you don't have to learn scripts, you don't have to learn sales, you don't have to learn any type of manipulative tactics or NLP or anything that stuff. You just need to reach out in the context of what they are challenged with, and offer them a solution to that challenge. Market to product match, like a lock and key. So now you're taking a marketing mindset and doing a one-on-one activity, but it's a marketing mindset, and it's not weird. It's not inauthentic, because you're reaching out to them and thinking about their needs first. You're still wanting to make money, of course. You never lose. This is not about like living in a utopia where we don't think about money and we're all Marxists. This is all capitalist, but the best capitalists win by thinking of the needs of their target market. So that's what we're doing. And here's the beautiful thing is with social media, with marketing, we teach, we help you define a target market, and you pretty much have to, stay within that niche or target market. But when you do outreach, you can customize your outreach for different needs for that correlate with different products that you have. So when you're doing outreach, you're not limited by just your target market you're going to run with through social media, because that's what works best when you do marketing. Like when you do marketing to social media, where you're attracting people to you, one to many strategy, where you're attracting people that you've never met. Well, you have to have a very dialed in message for a very specific group of people that have specific needs, so that they would like go, yeah, I could use help with that. And then they are drawn to you. And there's a number of ways you can do that. That's not what we're here to teach. Um, but when it comes to your personal contacts, you can take that same mindset and go, well, my friends and family are composed of a lot of different, target markets. They have a lot of different problems. So I'm gonna make a list of the people who would probably really benefit from this product, whom I have a really good relationship, and that I feel like it's not overstepping to ask to reach out to them, especially if you've had conversations with them. If they've shared their struggles, or they complained about knee pain, or they complained about something else to you, and they're like, really challenged by it, well, you can reach out to them and ask them, hey, remember when we were talking the other day or the other week or whatever, and you said you were challenged with this. Did you find a solution to that? Right? Would you, and then you could ask them if they're open to something. Well, I found something really awesome. I've been taking it for, and then you share your story, a really short story. think it could really help you too. They're like, okay, great. Where do I get it? And then you can send them a link, and you do have whatever authentic conversation that feels most comfortable to you, that's appropriate for that relationship. And then you might be able to just get them to buy from a link. You can send them a video if you want, whatever the next step is appropriate. Some things are a little more different. Some things it's not just here's a link to go buy it. You have to schedule a call because it might be for life insurance. Hey, remember the other day where you were concerned about making sure that should anything happen to you, that your family was taken care of. I think I found something that's that's working really well for me. I was able to get this much in coverage. Is that something you're open to? So it's about thinking about their needs first. So now you've taken a list of 100 friends and family, and you've turned the same tactic of outreach, but you've changed the way you go about doing it so that you have a marketing mindset and it's more authentic, and you're actually people would be open to your message. The reason most old school tactics fail, and they fail, if you're a sociopath and you can give a rip about the needs of your other of the people you're reaching out to, and it's just a numbers game to you. Well, that's how some network marketers operate. Then great, more power to you. But that's just you're further destroying the reputation of the network marketing space uh for you because of your greed, because of your selfish needs. But what if we all operated this way? What if we promoted our business, even when we did outreach, in the context of the people's needs? And that's taking a marketing mindset and thinking about the people you're serving and putting their needs first. Some of them might go, no, I really found something that works really well for me. It's like, oh, well, that's fantastic. Great. They might not need your product. Oh, you've lost 30 pounds. That's amazing. That's awesome. I've lost 20. So I guess we're on the same path, man. Well, let me know if anything comes up or if you need anything. Yeah, I'm taking this product, but I just thought of you. I'm taking this product and it's really working really well. And I thought of you, but it seems like you already found something. That's fantastic. Or you can actually ask them what they're doing and get into conversation like a normal person. So, but the reason this works, the reason what I'm sharing works, is because that's actually how we reach out to people when we want to help them. And that way, the way it's coded, the way we're reaching out to people is how we're accustomed having people reach out to us when they know there's something of value for us to benefit from. That's how a friend would reach out. So what doesn't work, and the reason it gets all weird with what you're taught with old school methods, is, oh, reach out to the people, invite them to the meeting, but don't tell them what it is. When do we talk to our friends and family in that way? When do we reach out to people and invite them to something, but we don't tell them what it is, and there's some sort of hidden agenda? That's the problem with old school tactics. It's because it's weird to you, it's weird to them. That's the reason you resist it too. The reason you're resisting building your business the old school way, it's because at your core that what you're being asked to do, and the reason there's so much fear around it, is because it is not natural for you to do that. It is not appropriate for you to do that. And you have to overcome your fear or whatever, and then you're given all this mindset training, and then you have to do it. But when we reach out to our friends and family in this way, in a very targeted way, thinking of their needs first, it's actually being done in the way you would reach out to somebody normally. It like, you guys didn't need me to teach you this right now. Drop a number six, five of you agree. Number five of you agree. You didn't need me to teach it to you because you already knew this. You already knew that when a friend is in need, they have a problem, and you can help them with something, or that there's a certain product that can help them, or there's a certain person you can help them. You reach out to them for their permission to make the introduction. And so all I'm doing is putting what you already know in the context of how to build your business authentically, in a way that where you're actually seeking first and foremost to help people. And if you do that, you're going to create more success. And this authentic approach to outreach is how we've turned an icky, slimy, inauthentic way of building our business into something that actually works. And by the way, you can apply this mindset to anything. The best network marketers in the world don't know the reason they're so good at it. And the best network marketers in the world will teach you Make a list of 100 friends around. Make your list. Make your list. You have your phone. They show you your phone. Is like all these people are your prospects. That's how they talk to you. But at some point in their career, they started thinking about the needs of the people they're talking to. So they actually, if you actually listen to a very skilled network marketer doing prospecting or doing outreach of some kind, you'll notice the way they talk is very different from what they're teaching you. They're basically doing what I just taught you. They have a product, they believe in their product or they believe in their business, or they have confidence in their business because they're making money, and so they have a story to share. And they eventually realize unconsciously that the best way to prospect people is by putting their needs first, to ask them a bunch of questions. But then they don't teach this. They don't teach you how to ask people questions so that their most pressing needs come up in the conversation, and then you can match their needs with what you offer. That's what a skilled salesperson would do. But you're not taught that. And I don't get the reason you're not taught that. But again, in our community with our leaders, that's one of the first things people are taught. They're taught a social media launch strategy, and they're taught how to do this type of outreach, authentic outreach. And this creates massive duplication because let's say the social media stuff flops or they do it wrong. But hey, we all know how to reach out to people when we have something that can help them. And that's all we're doing. I just templated what you already know naturally how to do. If your friend likes action movies and you just saw an awesome action movie, well, you're going to, based on what you know about them, you're going to recommend the movie. The friend who likes rom-coms, you're probably not going to recommend this movie. You're thinking about their needs. Like the guys, it's really no different. And ultimately, very effective salespeople, if you're going to learn building the traditional way and you want to do it effectively, well, you got to learn sales. And sales is not a dirty word. With sales, you're actually learning how to ask questions so that the most pressing needs of your prospects rise up in the conversation so that then you can match what you offer to their needs. And that's always basically putting the other person first. And the reason sales works, the reason marketing works, it's because that's how we respond. Like we are hardwired as human beings to buy the things that we need that solve our problems. And we're accustomed to having also friends or people we know recommend things that they believe can help us with our problems. And when we see marketing or are approached by somebody one-on-one that puts those problems and our needs first, we are wired to be open, to let our guard down. That's the reason stories are so effective, is because when you share a story, you're sharing your struggles. And if somebody can see their struggles in your story, then they're like, well, they had the same problem I did. Maybe their solution is one that can help me too. So guys, that's it for today, guys. That's my lesson. If you want to know more about, now this is very, not leverage strategy. This is a one-on-one strategy. If you want to do outreach authentically, this is how you do it. But if you want to create more leverage in your business and you want to get our help, we have a promotion right now where you can get my personal coaching as part of your acceleration program, conditional on you actually doing the work. We have a mentorship program, a coaching program here at Attraction Marketing called Acceleration. And if you want to get my personal coaching included with that program, meaning up to 4 calls personally one-on-one with me, in addition to everything that you're going to be exposed to, then you want to type the word guarantee in the chat and somebody in our team will reach out and you guys will have a 15-minute discovery conversation. No sales will be made. You won't be closed on anything. You won't be offered anything other than continuing to get more information to learn more about how you can work with us. But this promotion ends on the 15th, April 15th. You can have 4 one-on-one coaching calls included with me as part of becoming a student here at Attraction Marketing. And of course, we customize our programs here at Attraction Marketing. So that's the reason we need to learn your needs first. And notice we eat our own cooking here. We need to know your needs first so that we can customize what we do so that it fits you. And if we determine that, hey, we're not a fit, it's okay. We'll tell you that too. So that's how we, ultimately how good business is done, how good relationships are built is fundamentally rooted in the same authentic way. What are your needs? I think something can help you. And the reason network marketing is failing right now in the world, meaning network marketing is down by 30% across the board, especially in the United States, it's because people are still using these inauthentic, deceptive strategies when network marketing's image and your results would change dramatically if you just simply put the needs of the people you're connecting with first. Like, actually, if you don't know anything about them, well, get to know them, ask them questions, but don't ask them questions because you're sociopathically looking for that in. Ask them questions because you actually care to meet a new friend, care to know them. And if you don't want to build your business that way, well, just do what you normally do when you're out and connecting with people and build your business online using leverage strategies that attract your ideal perfect prospects to you. I don't do prospecting anymore. I don't do outreach anymore. I haven't done that for a very, very long time. But if I have a friend or somebody that I meet that has a need and they ask me, Fernie, what would you do? And I know of something that can help them, whether it's financially in my interest or not, I will help them. And that's ultimately how we change the image of network marketing. Guys, thank you very much. And type the word guarantee if you'd like to learn more about working personally with me as part of your student program here at Attraction Marketing. And you can learn more about what we actually offer here at Attraction Marketing that'll fit your needs, customized for your situation and budget. So take care, guys. Have an amazing day.